Europe is a living mosaic of history, culture, and breathtaking landscapes. From legendary cities to tranquil villages, each destination tells a unique story. Join us as we embark on a grand tour of 100 unforgettable places, where ancient wonders and vibrant life await at every turn. Let our journey begin. Paris, on the banks of the River Seine, is a city where romance and art intertwine. From the iconic Eiffel Tower to the masterpieces of the Louvre, every street and cafe pulses with creativity and history. Here, life is savoured through art, food, and the simple joy of wandering its enchanting streets. Rome, the eternal city, rises from 7 hills, its ancient ruins and vibrant piazzas alive with history. The Colosseum, Pantheon, and bustling squares connect past and present. Here, every meal, every stone, every echo tells a story. In Rome, you don't just see history, you become part of it. On the sun-drenched coast of Catalonia lies Barcelona, a city where Gaudi's visionary architecture blurs the line between nature and design. Here, straight lines yield to organic curves, and buildings seem to grow from the earth itself. The Sagrada Familia rises like a stone forest, its spires and columns echoing nature's forms. In Park Güell, vibrant mosaics and serpentine benches celebrate creativity and adaptation. Beyond stone and mosaic, Barcelona's spirit flows to its golden beaches where city life meets the sea. Further north, on an island shaped by the relentless Atlantic, another great metropolis has evolved. London. Its growth, its very existence, is inextricably linked to the great artery that flows through its heart, the River Thames. For 2 millennia, this tidal waterway has been the lifeblood of the city, a conduit for trade, power, and human ambition. It is a vast, sprawling habitat, one of the most densely populated on the planet, where ancient traditions and relentless modernity exist in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. The air itself hums with the accumulated energy of millions of lives, a constant low thrum of a city that never truly sleeps. Along the banks of this great river, the dominant structures of the London tribe stand as powerful symbols of its long and often turbulent history. The Houses of Parliament, with the iconic clock tower, Big Ben, are not merely administrative buildings. They are a declaration of endurance, a Gothic revival fortress that has weathered political storms and the ravages of time. Its chimes are the dominant call in this urban jungle, a sound that has marked the hours for generations, regulating the rhythms of life and governance within this vast human colony, a constant reminder of the enduring power structures at play. Not far from this seat of power stands a far older, more formidable structure, the Tower of London. This is a place of deep historical significance, a stone chronicle of the city's most dramatic episodes. It has served as a royal palace, a formidable fortress, and a notorious prison. Its ancient walls have witnessed the triumphs of monarchs and the despair of those who fell from favour. The ravens that inhabit its grounds, large, intelligent corvids, are themselves a living tradition, their continued presence believed to be essential for the kingdom's survival. A fascinating example of a symbiotic relationship between animal and human belief systems. This city is a complex mosaic of distinct territories, or boroughs, each with its own unique character and customs, from the regal calm of its royal parks, vast green lungs that provide essential sanctuary for both wildlife and people, to the bustling markets of Camden or Borough, where a rich diversity of goods and cultures converges in a vibrant display of commerce and social interaction. The famous red double-decker buses navigate the city's complex network of streets like large, slow-moving herbivores, following their established routes day after day, a fundamental part of the intricate web of life in this immense urban environment. Here, in the low country of the Netherlands, humans have not simply built upon the land, they have forged a unique pact with the water. This is Amsterdam, a city ingeniously woven from a web of canals, a triumph of human engineering and adaptation, in a landscape perpetually threatened by the sea. The city's very structure is a testament to a centuries-long struggle for survival and prosperity. More than 100 kilometers of canals, known as grachten, form a concentric belt around the old heart of the city, creating a habitat that is as much aquatic as it is terrestrial, a truly remarkable feat. Life in this unique environment has adapted in fascinating ways. The primary mode of transport here is not the four-wheeled vehicle, but the humble bicycle. Vast herds of them, numbering in the hundreds of thousands, flow through the city's narrow streets and across its countless bridges in a continuous, silent migration. This reliance on pedal power has profoundly shaped the city's atmosphere, creating a calmer, quieter urban soundscape than one finds in other metropolises. It is a highly efficient and sustainable system, a behavioral adaptation that allows the dense population to navigate its waterlogged territory with remarkable ease and grace. The dominant structures in this habitat are the tall, narrow canal houses that line the waterways. Their distinctive gabled facades lean forward at a peculiar angle, a deliberate architectural feature designed to aid in hoisting goods from barges to the upper storage floors using the large hooks that still protrude from their peaks. These buildings, packed tightly together, create a dense urban forest canopy, their shimmering reflections dancing on the water's surface below. They are a physical record of the city's golden age as a global trading hub, their foundations rooted deep in the marshy soil, their tops reaching for the often overcast sky. This city is also a renowned sanctuary for art. Within the hallowed halls of the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum, the cultural artifacts of this tribe are carefully preserved and displayed. Here, one can observe the world through the eyes of the Dutch masters, who so brilliantly captured the light, landscapes, and daily life of this region centuries ago. It is a form of collective memory, a way for the species to record its own history and emotional landscape, ensuring that the legacy of its most gifted individuals endures. Much like the city itself, a masterpiece of human ingenuity built in harmony with the challenging forces of nature. In the heart of Bohemia stands Prague, a city of myth and legend, its skyline a forest of spires and domes. The Vltava River winds through ancient streets, reflecting centuries of history. From the bustling Old Town Square to the iconic Charles Bridge, Prague is a living fairy tale, where every corner whispers stories of kings, saints, and dreamers. Where the Po River meets the Adriatic, Venice rises from a fragile archipelago, 118 islands floating between water and sky. Here, streets are canals, and the Grand Canal is the city's main thoroughfare. Gondolas glide past marble palaces, ancient bells echoing across the lagoon. At its heart, St. Mark's Square stands as a testament to Venice's enduring beauty and resilience. In the Aegean Sea lies Santorini, a crescent island born from a cataclysmic volcanic eruption. Sheer cliffs plunge into blue waters, whitewashed villages cling to the caldera's rim, and blue-domed churches echo the sea and sky. Santorini is a breathtaking blend of beauty and resilience, a testament to nature's power and renewal. Vienna, sculpted by sound on the banks of the Danube, is the imperial heart of Europe. Here, echoes of the Habsburgs linger in grand palaces and boulevards, while music flows through its veins. From the Hofburg to Schönbrunn, and in every coffeehouse, Vienna's history, elegance, and artistry invite you to step into a grander age. Dubrovnik, the pearl of the Adriatic, clings to the Dalmatian coast, its stone walls rising above turquoise waters. Once the proud Republic of Ragusa, its marble streets and red rooftops echo centuries of resilience. Today, ancient fortresses and lively squares welcome visitors, blending history, beauty, and the spirit of survival. Lisbon, where the river Tagus meets the Atlantic, is a city shaped by the sea and crowned by 7 hills. Iconic yellow trams climb steep streets, connecting ancient neighborhoods. Here, history lives in mosaic pavements, fado melodies, and vibrant markets. Lisbon thrives, a city of contrasts, heritage, and enduring connection to the ocean. Deep within the heart of the Julian Alps, cradled by emerald forests and watched over by a stoic medieval castle, we find a truly remarkable natural wonder, Lake Bled. This is not a landscape of dramatic, violent forces, but one of serene, almost spiritual tranquility. The lake itself is a body of glacial water, its surface a flawless mirror that reflects the ever-changing sky and the formidable peaks that encircle it. In the quiet of the early morning, as mist drifts in ethereal tendrils across the water, the world here seems held in a state of suspended animation, a perfect tableau of nature's artistry. At the lake's center, a solitary island emerges, a tiny teardrop of land that has for centuries been a place of pilgrimage and legend. This is Bled Island, home to the Assumption of Mary Church, its elegant Baroque steeple reaching towards the heavens as if in silent prayer. The only way to reach this sanctuary is by pletna, a traditional wooden boat unique to this very ecosystem. Propelled by a single oarsman standing at the stern, these vessels glide across the water with a quiet grace, a mode of transport that has remained unchanged for generations, preserving the lake's profound sense of peace. Perched high on a precipitous cliff, a silent guardian overlooking this placid scene, is Bled Castle. It is the oldest castle in Slovenia, a fortress of stone and history whose foundations have clung to this rock for over 1,000 years. From its ramparts, the view is nothing short of spectacular, a panoramic vista that encompasses the entire lake, the island, and the majestic alpine backdrop. It offers a unique perspective, a vantage point from which one can truly appreciate the delicate balance of this environment, the interplay of water, rock, forest, and human endeavor that defines this extraordinary place. This environment is not just a feast for the eyes, it is a sanctuary for the soul. The air is crisp and clean, filled with the scent of pine from the surrounding forests and the subtle fragrance of wildflowers in the spring. The gentle lapping of water against the shore provides a constant, soothing rhythm. Here, the pressures of the modern world seem to fade away, replaced by a deep connection to the natural world. Lake Bled is a testament to the enduring power of beauty, a reminder that in the quiet corners of our planet, places of pure, unspoiled magic still exist. Our journey across the vast and varied continent of Europe now draws to a close. We have traversed landscapes shaped by millennia of geological time and centuries of human history, from the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean to the dramatic fjords of the north. We have witnessed the enduring legacy of ancient empires in the heart of bustling cities and found profound tranquility in the continent's wild, untouched corners. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary expedition through 100 of Europe's most remarkable destinations, each a unique chapter in the grand story of this continent. Each place we have visited is more than just a point on a map. It is a complex and vibrant ecosystem of culture, history, and nature, teeming with stories waiting to be discovered. From the architectural marvels of Barcelona to the serene waters of Lake Bled, these destinations represent the incredible diversity of human creativity and the breathtaking beauty of the natural world. We hope this journey has sparked a sense of wonder and inspired you to add these remarkable places to your own list of future explorations, to create your own personal bucket list of discovery. The world is a vast and endlessly fascinating place, and the spirit of exploration is one of humanity's most defining characteristics. To travel is to learn, to connect, and to see our own world through new eyes. It is to understand the intricate tapestry of life and culture that makes our planet so precious. These 100 places are merely a starting point, an invitation to begin your own voyage of discovery across Europe and beyond, to seek out the beauty and wonder that awaits. The story of our planet and its inhabitants is always unfolding, with new discoveries to be made and new perspectives to be gained. For more inspiration, for more journeys into the heart of the world's most incredible destinations, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. The adventure does not end here. It is merely a pause before the next expedition begins. The world is waiting, and there is always more to explore, more to understand, and more to cherish. And before we say our final goodbye, there is one more destination that deserves a place on every traveler's bucket list. A place where the earth and sky unite in a dazzling spectacle. Tromsø, Norway, the gateway to the Arctic, and home to nature's most magical light show. Nestled above the Arctic Circle, Tromsø is a city unlike any other, where the long polar nights are illuminated by the ethereal dance of the northern lights. Here, beneath a vast, star-filled sky, shimmering curtains of green, pink, and violet ripple across the darkness, painting the heavens with colors that seem otherworldly. It is a place where time slows, where the silence of snowy landscapes is broken only by the gentle crackle of auroras overhead. But Tromsø is more than just a stage for this celestial phenomenon. It is a vibrant cultural hub, rich with Sami heritage, cozy cafes, and a welcoming spirit that warms even the coldest winter nights. Visitors can embark on husky sledding adventures, taste reindeer stew by a crackling fire, or simply stand in awe as the Arctic wilderness reveals its quiet majesty. To witness the northern lights here is to feel truly connected to the wonders of our planet. A reminder that some of the world's most unforgettable experiences come not from monuments or museums, but from the raw beauty of nature itself. Tromsø is not just a destination, it is a revelation, a place where dreams and reality meet beneath the Arctic sky. So, as you dream of your next journey, let the lights of Tromsø be a beacon, guiding you toward new horizons and extraordinary memories. The adventure continues and the world's wonders await. As our journey draws to a close, there is one last wonder that calls to every explorer's soul. Hidden deep within the heart of Croatia, where water and woodland weave a spell of pure enchantment. Welcome to Plitvice Lakes National Park, a sanctuary where nature's artistry is on grand display. Here, a cascade of turquoise lakes tumbles from one to the next, linked by a labyrinth of wooden walkways that seem to float above the crystal-clear waters. Mist rises from thundering waterfalls, drifting through ancient beech forests, alive with birdsong and the scent of mossy earth. Every step along Plitvice's winding trails feels like entering a fairy tale. Sunlight filters through the canopy, painting the water in shifting hues of emerald and sapphire. In spring, wildflowers bloom in riotous color. In autumn, the woods blaze with gold and crimson. Even in winter, when the lakes freeze and the waterfalls turn to sparkling ice, the park's beauty is nothing short of magical. But Plitvice is more than a feast for the senses. It is a reminder of nature's resilience and the importance of preserving our planet's treasures. As you wander these enchanting paths, you become part of a story that stretches back for millennia, where every ripple and leaf tells a tale of harmony and wonder. So let the serene beauty of Plitvice Lakes inspire your next adventure. In a world filled with marvels, this enchanted forest stands as a testament to the sheer magic that awaits those willing to seek it. The journey never truly ends. There is always another dream, another discovery, just beyond the horizon. Rising beyond the green valleys and sparkling lakes of Switzerland, the Swiss Alps beckon with their timeless majesty. Here, Jagged peaks pierce the sky, dusted with snow even in the warmth of summer, casting their reflections on tranquil alpine lakes below. The air is crisp and pure, filled with the distant melody of cowbells and the scent of wildflowers clinging to the slopes. In the heart of this spectacular range lies Jungfraujoch, the top of Europe. Journeying by cogwheel train through tunnels carved into the mountainside, visitors emerge onto a world of ice and rock, where glaciers stretch to the horizon and the world seems to unfold at your feet. From the viewing platform, the panorama is breathtaking. The mighty Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau stand sentinel over a landscape sculpted by time and the elements. Whether you're hiking along winding trails, skiing down powdery slopes, or simply savoring the silence of a secluded valley, the Swiss Alps offer a sense of peace and awe found nowhere else. In every village, wooden chalets nestle beneath towering cliffs, and the hospitality of mountain life welcomes travelers from around the globe. The Swiss Alps are more than a destination. They are an invitation to reconnect with the wild, to feel small in the face of nature's grandeur, and to discover the thrill of adventure at every turn. Here, amid the clouds and crags, you'll find memories to last a lifetime, and a reminder that the world's greatest wonders are often those shaped by earth, sky, and the passage of time. Perched atop a series of volcanic hills, Edinburgh weaves together centuries of legend, learning, and living history. Its skyline is crowned by the commanding silhouette of Edinburgh Castle, standing watch over cobbled streets that wind through the city's medieval heart. As you stroll the Royal Mile, echoes of poets, philosophers, and rebels linger in the stone closes and bustling taverns, each corner revealing a new story. By day, the city's Gothic spires and neoclassical facades glow gold under the shifting Scottish skies. Step into the lush tranquility of Prince's Street Gardens, or climb Arthur's Seat for sweeping views across a patchwork of rooftops, steeples, and the distant shimmer of the North Sea. As dusk settles, Edinburgh transforms, a city of hidden courtyards, candlelit pubs, and the haunting strains of bagpipes drifting through the mist. Beyond its beauty, Edinburgh is a city alive with creativity and celebration. Every August, the world converges here for the famed Fringe Festival, filling every theatre and alleyway with the pulse of performance and laughter. Whether exploring ancient castles, discovering literary haunts, or simply savouring the warmth of a Scottish welcome, Edinburgh invites you into its spell, a place where history and imagination intertwine, and every visit writes a new chapter in its timeless tale. Nestled in the heart of Belgium, Bruges feels like a storybook brought to life. Cobblestone lanes curve alongside tranquil canals, their still waters mirroring rows of medieval gabled houses and graceful stone bridges. At dawn, the city awakens in a gentle hush, the belfry's chimes echoing over Market Square as golden light spills across centuries-old facades. Wander through bustling chocolate shops where the aroma of rich cocoa mingles with the sweet scent of freshly baked waffles. Step inside the Basilica of the Holy Blood, its stained glass aglow with quiet reverence, or glide along the waterways on a boat ride, drifting beneath arches draped in ivy and history. Bruges is a tapestry of art and romance, its lace boutiques and cozy cafes lining hidden courtyards, and masterpieces by Van Eyck illuminating its museums. As evening falls, lanterns flicker to life, casting a fairy tale glow over the city's timeless streets. Here, every corner whispers a tale of old-world charm, inviting you to linger, to dream, and to lose yourself in the gentle magic of Bruges. Rising from the heart of the Scottish Highlands, Glencoe is a land where nature weaves its most dramatic tales. Mist curls through craggy mountain passes, and ancient glens stretch beneath the watchful gaze of towering peaks, each one etched with centuries of legend and lore. As you wander the winding trails, the air is thick with the scent of heather and pine, and the distant call of a lone stag echoes across the valley. The landscape unfolds in a tapestry of emerald and gold, punctuated by cascading waterfalls and quiet lochs that mirror the ever-changing sky. Pause at the iconic Three Sisters, their rugged silhouettes framed by shifting clouds, and feel the weight of history in the hush that settles over the land. This is a place where stories of clans and courage linger in the wind, and where every sunrise paints the hills in a fleeting palette of fire and mist. Glencoe is not just a destination. It's an invitation to lose yourself in the wild, untamed beauty of Scotland, where the spirit of adventure and tranquility walk hand in hand. Where mountains meet the sea in a breathtaking embrace, the Amalfi Coast unfurls like a dream along Italy's southern edge. Here, pastel villages cling to dramatic cliffs, their terracotta rooftops gleaming under the golden Mediterranean sun. Lemon groves and bougainvillea tumble down steep terraces, filling the air with sweet citrusy fragrance as winding roads reveal postcard-perfect vistas at every turn. Wander through the narrow lanes of Positano, where vibrant boutiques and seaside cafes invite you to linger over a gelato or an espresso. Pause on a sun-warmed stone balcony, watching fishing boats glide across sapphire waters far below. In Amalfi itself, centuries-old cathedrals stand as silent witnesses to a rich maritime history, their domes rising above bustling piazzas alive with laughter and music. As dusk falls, the coastline glows with the soft shimmer of lanterns and the distant hum of celebration. The sea, now deep blue and mysterious, whispers stories of ancient mariners and timeless romance. The Amalfi Coast is more than a destination. It's a feeling of freedom, wonder, and the pure joy of living in the moment, cradled by sun, sea, and sky. As dawn breaks over the city of Amsterdam, a soft golden haze settles upon its iconic canals, weaving a tapestry of light and reflection across the water. Here, history and modern life glide side by side, on slender boats beneath arched bridges lined with bicycles and blooming tulips. The gentle murmur of the city awakens as locals pedal past gabled houses, their windows filled with the warm glow of morning life. In the Jordan district, cobblestone lanes beckon with hidden courtyards and cozy brown cafes, where the aroma of fresh stroopwafels fills the air. Art lovers find inspiration in the masterpieces of the Rijksmuseum and the poignant quiet of the Anne Frank House, while flower markets burst with color along the Single Canal. As the sun dips low, casting long shadows over the water, Amsterdam transforms into a city of shimmering lights and tranquil beauty. Lanterns flicker on houseboats, laughter drifts from canal-side terraces, and the gentle lapping of water creates a lullaby for the night. In Amsterdam, every moment is a gentle invitation to slow down, to wander, and to fall in love with the poetry of everyday life on the water. As the first notes of a distant waltz drift through Vienna's grand boulevards, the city awakens with regal splendor. Here, imperial palaces stand as silent witnesses to centuries of art, music, and revolution. The opulent Schönbrunn Palace, with its sweeping gardens and gilded halls, invites wanderers to step into a world where Mozart once played and emperors danced beneath crystal chandeliers. In the historic heart, the Gothic spires of St. Stephen's Cathedral rise above winding streets while horse-drawn carriages clip-clop over cobblestones polished by time. Cafes hum with conversation and the aroma of rich Viennese coffee as locals linger over slices of sachatorte, savoring the city's sweet legacy. At dusk, the banks of the Danube shimmer with golden light, and the echoes of Strauss fill the air, inviting all to lose themselves in the romance of a city that has always lived in harmony with music. In Vienna, every corner tells a story of composers and kings, of revolutions and reunions, and of the timeless magic that continues to captivate all who visit. Tucked between emerald mountains and the serene waters of a glacial lake, Hallstatt emerges like a scene from a fairy tale. In this Austrian village, pastel-hued houses cascade down the hillside, their reflections shimmering on the mirror-like surface below. Each morning, a gentle mist weaves through narrow lanes and flower-laden balconies, while church spires pierce the clouds above. Time seems to slow as visitors stroll along the lakeside promenade, breathing in crisp alpine air and the scent of blooming wildflowers. In Hallstatt, history whispers from ancient salt mines, some of the oldest in the world, and from the Bone Chapel, where centuries of stories are etched in every artifact and stone. Wooden boats glide silently across the lake, carrying explorers toward hidden coves and forested trails. As the sun sets, the village glows with a golden hush, inviting wanderers to linger just a little longer. Hallstatt is more than a destination, it's a dreamscape. A place where nature and history entwine and every moment feels suspended in magic. Beyond the Scottish mainland, where rugged cliffs meet restless seas, the Isle of Skye unfurls in a symphony of wild beauty and ancient legend. Here, emerald moors stretch beneath brooding skies and jagged peaks of the Quillin Mountains rise like silent sentinels above the mist. Waterfalls tumble down mossy rocks, their melodies echoing through glens where sheep graze and heather blooms in a riot of purple. Along the winding roads, fairy pools shimmer with crystal clarity, their turquoise depths inviting the brave to dip into icy waters. In the quiet of the Quiraing, twisted rock formations loom, sculpted by time and myth, while nearby the Old Man of Storr stands watch over the island, a monument to the enduring spirit of Skye. Villages of whitewashed cottages nestle by the sea, their windows aglow with the promise of warmth and hospitality. In cozy pubs, the air is alive with the lilt of Gaelic song and the aroma of freshly baked bread. As twilight falls, the landscape is transformed, cloaked in a soft silver light that stirs the imagination and awakens a sense of wonder. On Skye, every path leads to a new story. Every vista is a painting come to life, and every moment lingers long after the journey ends. Nestled in the heart of Slovenia, where emerald forests meet crystalline waters, Lake Bled emerges like a vision from a fairy tale. Encircled by ancient pines and crowned by a solitary island, the lake glistens beneath the shifting light of dawn, its surface mirroring the snow-capped peaks of the Julian Alps. At the center, the tiny Church of the Assumption rises gracefully from the island, its bell tower a beacon for wishes whispered by hopeful hearts. Wooden Pletner boats glide silently across the water, their oars dipping in rhythm as visitors approach the island to ring the bell, a tradition said to bring good fortune. Along the northern shore, Bled Castle perches high on a dramatic cliff, its stone walls bearing witness to centuries of legends and love stories. Below, the scent of warm vanilla wafts from lakeside bakeries, where the famous Bled cream cake awaits, its delicate layers promising a moment of sweet indulgence. As the sun sets, the lake shimmers with golden hues, and the soft hush of the forest settles like a lullaby over the tranquil landscape. In this enchanted place, time seems to slow, inviting every traveler to pause, reflect, and lose themselves in the gentle embrace of Lake Bled's whispering pines. In the sun-kissed heart of southern France lies a landscape painted in hues of violet and gold, the legendary lavender fields of Provence. As summer arrives, endless rows of fragrant blooms unfurl across rolling hills, their vibrant color rippling beneath the warm Mediterranean breeze. Villages with sun-washed stone walls and terracotta roofs nestle between the fields, their narrow lanes alive with the laughter of cafe-goers and the distant chime of church bells. In the early morning, a soft mist lingers above the blossoms, catching the first rays of light and bathing the countryside in a dreamy pastel glow. Bees dance from flower to flower, their gentle hum weaving through the air like a lullaby. Local markets brim with lavender-scented treasures, soaps, honey, and sachets, each a fragrant reminder of this magical season. As dusk falls, the fields seem to glow from within, their colors deepening in the golden twilight. Here, among the endless lavender rows, time slows to the gentle rhythm of nature, and every breath becomes a memory, perfumed with the timeless beauty of Provence. In the rolling heart of Italy, where sunlight spills like honey over the hills, lies the golden expanse of Tuscany. Here, vineyards stretch to the horizon, their emerald vines laden with the promise of future vintages, while ancient olive groves whisper stories of generations past. Cypress-lined lanes wind between hilltop villages, each crowned with weathered stone towers and red-tiled roofs, their silhouettes etched against the endless sky. The air is rich with the scent of wild herbs and ripe figs, carried on a breeze that seems to sing with the laughter of old friends and the clink of wine glasses at rustic trattorias. As afternoon fades, the landscape is bathed in a warm amber light, the fabled Tuscan glow, turning wheat fields and sunflowers into a living tapestry of gold. In these tranquil moments, as the sun dips behind distant hills and fireflies begin their nightly dance, Tuscany reveals its true magic, a place where every road leads to discovery, every meal is a celebration, and every sunset feels like coming home. Across the restless waters of the Atlantic, where the sky meets the sea in a symphony of ever-changing blues, lie the Emerald Isles of Ireland, a land woven from myth, melody, and memory. Here, lush green fields roll toward dramatic cliffs that plunge into foaming surf, and ancient stone walls trace the contours of a landscape shaped by time and legend. In sleepy villages, thatched cottages nestle beside lively pubs, where the strains of a fiddle and the warmth of laughter spill into the misty evening air. Winding country roads lead to ruined castles shrouded in mystery, and to tranquil lakes that mirror the shifting clouds above. Wildflowers bloom along hedgerows, painting the countryside in hues of violet and gold, while the haunting call of seabirds echoes over windswept headlands. As twilight descends, the land glows with a gentle magic, the soft shimmer of dew on clover, the distant flicker of lanterns, the promise of stories yet untold. In Ireland, every step is a journey through history and heart, where the spirit of the land whispers in every breeze and the warmth of its people lingers long after the sun has set. It is a place where legends come alive, and each moment feels like a homecoming, inviting you to lose yourself and to find yourself in the emerald embrace of these storied isles. Along the sun-drenched edge of the Adriatic, where the mountains tumble into crystalline waters, the Dalmatian coast unfurls, a tapestry of sapphire seas, ancient stone towns, and hidden coves kissed by salt and sunlight. Here, the rhythm of life is set to the gentle lapping of waves against centuries-old harbour walls, and to the laughter that drifts from bustling open-air markets fragrant with figs and lavender. Winding lanes of polished marble lead through labyrinthine cities, Dubrovnik, Split, and Trogir, each echoing with the footsteps of empires and the soft murmur of local tales. Red-tiled rooftops glow beneath the Mediterranean sun, while fishing boats bob in tranquil harbours, their painted hulls reflecting the colours of a sky that shifts from gold to rose with the setting day. Olive groves and vineyards blanket the hillsides, their silvery leaves whispering secrets to the wind, as the scent of rosemary and sea salt mingles in the balmy air. Island ferries glide across a shimmering expanse, connecting the mainland to a constellation of isles, each a world of hidden beaches, pine forests, and timeless villages lost in reverie. As dusk settles, lanterns flicker along seaside promenades, casting a golden glow over stone quays and inviting you to linger just a little longer. On the Dalmatian coast, every horizon sparkles with possibility, every breeze carries the promise of discovery, and every moment is steeped in the ageless magic of the Adriatic's embrace. Along the southern edge of Portugal, where the land exhales into the Atlantic, and the sun paints the sky in hues of tangerine and indigo, the Algarve reveals itself, a place where golden cliffs rise in sculpted grandeur above turquoise coves and endless stretches of honeyed sand. Here, the sea carves arches and grottos into the ochre stone, creating secret sanctuaries accessible only by winding footpaths or the gentle glide of a kayak. Whitewashed villages perch atop bluffs, their cobbled streets alive with the aroma of grilled sardines, citrus blossoms, and the laughter of locals lingering in sun-dappled plazas. Fishermen's boats, painted in bright colors, rest on the shore awaiting the tide, while surfers and wanderers chase the ever-changing rhythm of the waves. Inland, rolling hills are dotted with almond and carob trees, their blossoms drifting in the breeze like confetti. The Algarve's light is soft yet vivid, turning every sunrise into a masterpiece and every sunset into a memory etched in gold. As evening falls, lighthouses cast their beams across the restless ocean, guiding travelers home. In the Algarve, every vista is a promise of wonder. Each cliff edge, each hidden cove, a reminder that the world still holds places where time slows and the heart finds its own perfect rhythm. Nestled above the winding Tauber River, in the heart of Bavaria, Rothenburg ob der Tauber emerges like a page from a storybook, its medieval walls and timbered houses preserved in time, as if untouched by centuries. Cobblestone lanes twist beneath towers and red-tiled roofs, leading wanderers past ivy-clad archways, hidden courtyards, and windows aglow with candlelight. In the early morning, mist curls around the ancient ramparts, and the scent of fresh bread mingles with the faint chime of church bells drifting through the cool air. As sunlight spills over the market square, pastel facades come alive with vibrant flower boxes and the gentle bustle of artisans setting up their wares. Each corner reveals a new delight, the intricate woodwork of a centuries-old shop, the laughter of children chasing pigeons across the plaza, or the irresistible aroma of schneebollen wafting from a local bakery. Climbing the city's walls, you gaze out over rolling vineyards and patchwork fields, the landscape stretching in tranquil harmony to the horizon. When dusk descends, lanterns flicker along winding streets, and the echoes of minstrels and storytellers seem to linger in the golden twilight. In Rothenburg ob der Tauber, every moment feels wrapped in magic, a living fairy tale where history and wonder are forever entwined. Nestled in a lovely bend of the Vltava River, Český Krumlov pops up from the Czech countryside like a hidden treasure. Twisty, cobblestone streets wind their way up to the town's best part. A magical old castle with a reddish-yellow tower that watches over a maze of red-tiled roofs. When the sun comes up, its light sparkles on the river, lighting up colourful buildings and very old bridges covered in a soft mist. The air smells of blooming linden trees, mixed with the far-off sound of church bells and the gentle giggles of artists setting up their easels by the river. In the middle of town, the main square is buzzing with a calm energy. Cafes spread out onto the stone ground, their tables decorated with wildflowers, and the smell of fresh pastries floats from little bakeries tucked away. Every small alley shows a secret, hidden courtyards, old paintings on walls, and the sound of footsteps on stones, made smooth by people walking on them for hundreds of years. Walk up the winding path to the castle gardens, where shaped terraces look out over a mix of rooftops and the shiny river below. The view spreads out beautifully to faraway wooded hills. As evening comes, lanterns light up, and the river reflects the soft glow from windows, making the town look golden and magical. The laughter of local people mixes with the sound of a violin from a nearby pub, and for a moment time itself seems to slow down, inviting you to stay longer in the magic of Český Krumlov, where every corner tells tales of love, excitement, and lasting beauty. Far above the Arctic Circle, the Lofoten Islands rise from the icy Norwegian Sea like a silent dream carved from ancient stone. Jagged peaks pierce the sky, their shadows tumbling across emerald meadows and tiny fishing villages painted in bold reds and yellows. In summer, the midnight sun hovers just above the horizon, casting a golden light that never fades, turning the landscape into a living painting where time seems to stand still. Crystal clear waters mirror the wild shapes of the mountains, and the air is filled with the salty scent of ocean spray, mingling with the earthy aroma of wildflowers. Fishermen mend their nets along wooden docks, their laughter echoing across silent fjords while seabirds wheel and cry overhead. Narrow roads wind past turf-roofed cabins and fields where sheep graze, leading to hidden beaches of white sand and turquoise waves, a secret world untouched by haste. In the gentle hush of nightless nights, the islands reveal their magic. Kayakers glide over glassy bays, their paddles sending ripples through water as still as air. Artists find inspiration in the endless light, and hikers follow trails up steep cliffs, rewarded by views that stretch out to the edge of the world. Evenings are for quiet moments, sharing a warm meal of fresh-caught fish, watching the sun dip and rise in one seamless motion, and feeling the deep peace that only comes from nature's embrace. Lofoten is a place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, where the heart beats in time with the tides, and where the beauty of the north whispers its ancient stories long after you've gone. High above the fertile plains of Thessaly, colossal pillars of stone rise like ancient sentinels reaching for the sky. This is Meteora, a place where earth and heaven seem to meet, and time itself feels suspended in the golden haze of the Greek sun. Perched atop these towering monoliths, centuries-old monasteries cling to the cliffs, their red-tiled roofs and faded frescoes echoing with the prayers of monks who sought solitude among the clouds. The silence here is profound, broken only by the distant tolling of a bell or the whisper of wind weaving through olive groves far below. Winding stone paths lead visitors up through the shadows and light, past wildflowers and cypress trees, to breathtaking viewpoints where the world stretches out in every direction, a patchwork of green fields, winding rivers and distant mountains lost in mist. As dusk falls, the rocks glow with the warmth of the fading sun, their shadows casting long fingers across the valley. In this sacred space, every moment feels touched by something eternal. Travelers sit quietly on sun-warmed stones, watching swallows dart through the air, while monks tend to their gardens, carrying on traditions unchanged for generations. Meteora is a place of pilgrimage for the soul, a sanctuary where the weight of the world slips away, and the heart finds peace in the embrace of the divine. Here, among the golden silence and soaring heights, the spirit is free to wander, to dream, and to listen for the timeless secrets carried on the mountain wind. On the Atlantic coast of southwestern France, where pine forests meet the restless sea, rises an ocean of sand, vast, shimmering and alive with the whispers of the wind. This is the Dune du Pilat, Europe's tallest sand dune, a natural wonder sculpted by centuries of tides and tempests. From the forest's emerald edge, the dune appears as a golden wave, cresting high above the treetops, its slopes shifting and reshaping with every breeze. Climbing its sun-warmed face is a journey through time, each footstep sinking softly into powdery grains that have traveled from distant shores. At the summit, the world unfolds in breathtaking panorama. To one side, the endless blue of the Atlantic, its waves sparkling in the sunlight. To the other, the tranquil green of the land's forest, stretching to the horizon in a tapestry of life. As day drifts toward evening, the sands glow with hues of rose and amber, and the air fills with the gentle hush of wind weaving through the grasses. Children tumble down the slopes in laughter, kite surfers trace bright arcs across the water, and travelers sit in quiet awe, watching the sun dip beneath the waves. Here, where land, sea and sky embrace, time seems to pause, and the spirit is free to wander in the soft, golden silence. The Dune du Pilat is more than a landscape. It is a living poem, written by the tides and the wind, inviting every soul to listen, to dream, and to be carried away on the whispering sands. Rising from the misty tides of Normandy, like a vision from a dream, Mont Saint-Michel stands as a testament to the harmony between earth and sky. Here, where the sea breathes in and out with the moon, a solitary spire pierces the horizon, an island crowned by an ancient abbey, its walls bathed in the shifting glow of dawn and dusk. Approaching across the tidal flats, the silhouette of Mont Saint-Michel emerges, shrouded in an aura of mystery and legend. Cobbled streets spiral upward through medieval stone, echoing with the footsteps of pilgrims and the distant toll of bells. With every ascent, the air grows quieter, heavy with centuries of whispered prayers and the soft murmur of the tide. At the summit, the abbey soars above the world, its arches framing endless skies and the ever-changing sea. Below, the sands stretch vast and silver, transformed twice daily by the mighty tides, a spectacle that blurs the boundary between land and water, reality and reverie. As night falls, the island glows with golden light, its reflection shimmering in the tidal pools, while stars bloom overhead in the boundless Normandy sky. In this celestial silence, time loses its hold and the spirit is lifted by the promise of wonder. Mont Saint-Michel is not just a place, it is a pilgrimage of the soul, a sanctuary where the magic of Europe endures, timeless and serene. Carved by the patient hand of the sea, the chalk-white cliffs of Étretat rise in sculpted arches and soaring spires above the emerald waters of Normandy. Here, where the land meets the channel in a dramatic embrace, wind and wave have shaped a coastline of legend. A gallery of natural artistry that has inspired poets, painters and dreamers for centuries. Standing atop the grassy bluffs, the salty breeze carries the whispers of Monet's brushstrokes and Maupassant's stories as sunlight dances across the rolling surf below. The famed Porte d'Aval arch, delicate as lace, frames the horizon like a gateway to another world, while the solitary Needle, a slender pinnacle of stone, stands sentinel against the tides. Down on the pebbled shore, every step crunches with the rhythm of the sea, and the air is alive with the cries of gulls circling overhead. As the evening sun dips low, the cliffs are set ablaze in hues of gold and rose, their shadows stretching long across the tranquil waves. In this place, where sky, stone, and ocean meet, time seems to slow, inviting wanderers to pause and listen to the ancient stories told by the wind. The cliffs of Étretat are not just a marvel of nature, they are a living canvas, a testament to the enduring beauty and quiet power of Europe's wild edge. On the rugged coast of Northern Ireland, where the Atlantic's restless waves collide with ancient basalt, lies a wonder born of myth and molten earth, the Giant's Causeway. Here, more than 40,000 interlocking stone columns rise from the blackened shore, forming a geometrical puzzle that defies belief and stirs the soul. Legend whispers of giants who once strode these lands, their footsteps immortalized in the honeycomb stones, while science tells a tale of volcanic fire and cooling seas frozen in time for millennia. As you walk along the causeway, the stones, smooth and cool beneath your feet, echo with the footsteps of the past. The salty air carries the distant call of seabirds, and the wind sings across the tessellated landscape, weaving stories of Finn McCool and ancient battles. Mist drapes the cliffs in a silvery veil, while the ocean's thunderous voice rises and falls, reminding visitors of nature's unyielding power and artistry. At sunset, the columns glow with an amber light, casting long shadows across the wild grass and tumbling waves. In this place where legend and geology intertwine, every stone tells a story, every breeze invites reflection. The Giant's Causeway is not just a marvel of the natural world, it is a bridge between myth and reality, a silent testament to the enduring magic of Europe's northern shores. On the sweeping plains of Salisbury, where the morning mist clings to ancient earth, stands a circle of enigmatic stones, Stonehenge. Raised by hands long vanished into history, these towering monoliths reach skyward, their silent forms etched against the ever-changing British sky. The origins of Stonehenge are shrouded in mystery, woven with legends of druids, celestial rituals, and lost civilizations. Each stone, weathered by thousands of years, holds secrets only the wind dares whisper. Stories of midsummer dawns and midwinter dusks, of gatherings beneath the solstice sun and moon. As you walk the sacred perimeter, the ground beneath resonates with the echoes of ancient footsteps, the air charged with a sense of wonder and reverence. The chorus of distant larks and the gentle rustle of grass add to the haunting silence, drawing you into contemplation. At sunrise, golden light spills between the stones, casting shadows that dance in silent homage to the mysteries of time. Stonehenge is more than a monument. It is a portal to the distant past, a place where myth, memory, and the march of the ages converge. Here, in the heart of England, the stones stand as eternal witnesses, guardians of secrets, keepers of dreams, and silent storytellers of Europe's ancient soul. Far above the Arctic Circle, where the polar night stretches long and the air shimmers with the promise of the aurora, lies a marvel carved from winter's breath, the Ice Hotel of Jukkasjärvi. Each winter, as the Torn River slumbers beneath a sheet of glassy ice, artists and architects gather to sculpt a palace of dreams from frozen water. Towering columns, intricate suites, and shimmering halls emerge, each unique, destined to melt away with the spring thaw. Step inside, and the world transforms. Soft blue light glows through crystalline walls. Delicate carvings of animals and mythic figures seem to dance in the frosty air. Every surface, from the sculpted beds to the ornate chandeliers, is ice, cold to the touch, yet alive with imagination and artistry. Wrap yourself in reindeer hides and drift to sleep as the silence settles deeper than any night. Outside, the northern lights ripple across the sky, painting the snow in green and violet, their silent ballet mirrored in the icy corridors. Here, time is measured not by clocks, but by the slow drip of thawing sculptures, by the hush of falling snow, by the pulse of the Arctic itself. The Ice Hotel is more than a place to stay. It is a fleeting masterpiece, a testament to human creativity, and a communion with the ephemeral beauty of nature. In its frozen silence, you find wonder, awe, and the reminder that even the coldest night can hold the warmest dreams. High above the Catalonian plains, where jagged peaks claw at the sky and clouds drift like ancient spirits, stands Montserrat, a sanctuary carved from living stone. Here, the mountains themselves seem to hum with secrets, their serrated silhouettes rising in silent guardianship over the valley below. The air is thick with incense and the distant echo of choral hymns from the centuries-old monastery, nestled among the rocks like a hidden jewel. Climb the winding paths, and each step brings you closer to the heart of legend. The sun dapples through pine and olive groves, and the wind carries whispers of pilgrims who have journeyed here for generations, seeking solace and inspiration. Inside the basilica, candles flicker beneath the gaze of La Moreneta, the Black Madonna, her presence both mysterious and comforting, a symbol of hope etched into the mountain's memory. As the day wanes, golden light spills across the cliffs, painting the stone faces in hues of amber and rose. From the heights, the world below seems distant, softened by mist and melody. In Montserrat, nature and spirit entwine, each echoing footstep, each breath of mountain air, a reminder of the sacred bond between earth and soul. Here, amidst the whispering walls, you find peace, perspective, and the timeless wonder of a place where the heavens meet the stone. Amid the rolling meadows of southern England, where the Thames glides in quiet contemplation, rises a city woven from centuries of learning and legend, Oxford, the city of dreaming spires. Here, weathered sandstone towers reach skyward, their silhouettes etched against the ever-changing tapestry of clouds, each one a silent sentinel to the wisdom of ages past. Footsteps echo along cobblestone lanes, beneath ancient archways draped in ivy, where scholars and poets once wandered, and the air itself seems to shimmer with possibility. In the tranquil courtyards of storied colleges, sunlight pools in golden squares, illuminating the worn steps and whispering walls that have witnessed countless stories unfold. The hush of libraries, filled with the scent of old paper and polished wood, invites reflection, a sanctuary for minds seeking inspiration. Along the riverbanks, willows dip their branches into mirrored water, and the gentle splash of oars recalls traditions as old as the stones themselves. As dusk falls, the city glows with a quiet magic. Lanterns flicker in ancient windows, laughter drifts from cozy pubs, and the bells of distant chapels toll softly through the misty air. In Oxford, every corner holds a tale, every shadow a secret. Here, past and present entwine, a living testament to curiosity, imagination, and the enduring pursuit of knowledge. Amidst the dreaming spires, you are both a visitor and a dreamer, carried by the timeless current of wonder that flows through this enchanted city. In the heart of Barcelona, where the Mediterranean breeze carries whispers of artistry and innovation, rises a vision unlike any other, the Sagrada Familia, Antoni Gaudi's living masterpiece. Its towers soar skyward in a symphony of stone and light, their intricate facades alive with sculpted stories that celebrate both the sacred and the sublime. Here, sunlight streams through kaleidoscopic stained glass, painting the soaring nave in a radiant mosaic of color, crimson, sapphire, emerald, a celestial garden blooming in silence. Columns branch like ancient trees, their canopies arching overhead, inviting awe and reflection beneath their sheltering forms. Outside, the city hums with life, but within these walls time slows to a reverent hush. Each carved detail, each shimmering surface, speaks of devotion and daring, of dreams cast in stone and faith, reaching for the heavens. The air itself seems to shimmer with possibility, as if every ray of light carries a prayer, each shadow a secret waiting to be discovered. As dusk settles over Barcelona, the Sagrada Familia glows softly against the indigo sky, a beacon of hope and imagination, unfinished yet eternal. Here, amid the interplay of light and stone, you become part of a story still unfolding, a witness to the wonder that endures in the heart of Europe's sunlit sanctuary. Beyond the bustling avenues of Paris, where history lingers in every cobblestone, unfolds a realm of grandeur and grace, the gardens of Versailles. Here, artistry takes root in endless avenues of emerald, each hedge carefully sculpted, each fountain poised in timeless dance. The air shimmers with the scent of blossoms and the hush of centuries-old secrets, carried on gentle breezes that waltz through labyrinthine groves and mirror-bright pools. Golden sunlight glances off marble statues, their serene faces watching over parterres that stretch to the horizon, a living canvas where nature and imagination entwine. Water jets leap and fall in the grand fountains, their crystalline arcs echoing the laughter of courtiers and the whispers of kings. Along shaded paths, every step reveals a new vista, a hidden alcove, a flowering bower, a tranquil lake reflecting the sky's changing moods. As the day wanes and the gardens glow in the soft blush of evening, the spirit of Versailles lingers in the hush between heartbeats, a reminder that beauty, once dreamed, can be shaped by human hands. In these whispering gardens, time is measured not in hours, but in moments of wonder, as you lose yourself in a world where the ordinary becomes sublime and the past blooms eternal in every petal and pool. Perched high above the Bavarian forests, where mist curls around mountain peaks and the air shivers with legend, stands Neuschwanstein Castle, a dream in stone and sky. Its ivory towers rise from the rugged cliffs, piercing the clouds like a vision conjured from the pages of a fairy tale. Here, fantasy and reality entwine, the echo of horses' hooves on ancient bridges, the distant chime of chapel bells, and the silent watch of turrets dusted in snow or crowned by golden autumn leaves. Step through its arched gates and enter a world painted with the brush strokes of longing and imagination. Murals bloom across vaulted ceilings, telling tales of swan nights and enchanted forests, while stained glass windows scatter jeweled light across polished halls. Every corridor whispers with the dreams of King Ludwig II, whose vision transformed stone into poetry, solitude into splendor. Outside, the landscape unfurls in a tapestry of emerald valleys and mirrored lakes, each vista more breathtaking than the last. The castle's silhouette, reflected in tranquil waters below, invites the heart to wander and the mind to soar. As twilight settles, the walls blush with the last kiss of sunlight, and the mountains cradle the castle in a hush of timeless wonder. In the shadow of Neuschwanstein, the boundaries between myth and memory blur. Here, every visitor becomes part of the legend, carried on the wind with the timeless echoes of a castle built for dreams. A place where the impossible feels suddenly beautifully real. Cradled in the arms of the Italian Alps, where mountains tumble into glassy blue, lies Lake Como, a sanctuary woven from water, light, and ancient whispers. Here, time slows to the rhythm of gentle ripples and the soft call of distant church bells drifting across the morning mist. Along its sinuous shores, pastel villages cling to steep hillsides, their terracotta roofs glowing in the golden embrace of the sun. Cobblestone lanes wind through secret gardens and beneath archways heavy with wisteria, leading to hidden piazzas where laughter dances on the breeze. Grand villas, their facades draped in ivy and memory, stand as silent witnesses to centuries of romance and artistry. Marble balconies overlook the lake's shimmering surface, reflecting the snow-dusted peaks and the ever-changing tapestry of sky. As dusk unfurls, the water gathers the colors of the fading day, rose, indigo, and gold, casting a spell of tranquility that settles deep in the soul. In Lake Como's enchanted silence, every moment feels suspended between dream and reality. The echo of a gondolier's song, the hush of ancient forests, the promise of another sunlit morning, all linger in the air, inviting you to linger, to breathe, and to believe in beauty without end. Here in this timeless haven, the heart finds both rest and inspiration, wrapped in the gentle embrace of the lake and the legend it has become. Perched on the edge of a volcanic caldera, where whitewashed walls tumble down cliffs and sapphire domes kiss the sky, lies Santorini, a dream sculpted by fire and sea. Here the world glows with a radiance found nowhere else, as sunlight spills like molten gold across a mosaic of sugar cube houses and meandering stone paths. Bougainvillea cascades in waves of magenta, framing windows that open to the endless expanse of the Aegean, its waters shifting from turquoise to indigo under the ever-changing sky. In the gentle hush of dawn, fishermen cast their nets from colorful boats, and the island's ancient stones warm beneath the promise of a new day. By afternoon, hidden alleys lead to quiet chapels and bustling tavernas, where laughter and the aroma of grilled octopus mingle in the air. As the sun begins its slow descent, crowds gather along the caldera's rim, breath held in anticipation, to witness the spectacle that has inspired poets and lovers for centuries, a sunset ablaze with orange, pink and violet, painting the world in hues of wonder. In Santorini's golden light, every moment feels touched by myth and magic. The echoes of lost civilizations whisper from buried ruins, and the gentle lull of the waves promises hope and renewal. Here, on this island suspended between earth and sky, the heart is free to wander, to dream, and to fall in love with the world all over again. Cradled in the heart of Switzerland, where snow-capped peaks stand sentinel above mirror-like waters, lies Lake Lucerne, a sanctuary of tranquility and timeless beauty. Here, the Emerald Lake winds its way through rolling hills and rugged cliffs, its surface glimmering beneath the embrace of alpine sunlight. Villages with timbered chalets nestle along the shoreline, their windows aglow with the warmth of candlelight and the laughter of old friends. Ancient paddle steamers glide gracefully across the water, their gentle wakes tracing stories of bygone eras and quiet romance. In the soft hush of morning, mist drifts across the lake, wrapping the world in a gentle embrace as the first rays of dawn gild the mountaintops in gold. Trails wind through wildflower meadows and forests of whispering pines, leading to hidden chapels and panoramic vistas where the soul feels lighter, unburdened by time. In Lucerne's old town, Cobblestone streets weave beneath medieval towers and painted facades, while the iconic Kapellbrücke stretches elegantly across the Reuss. Its flower box is a riot of colour above the flowing water. As day slips into evening, the air fills with the distant chime of church bells and the scent of fresh-baked bread. Reflections of the setting sun dance across the lake, casting the mountains in hues of rose and lavender, a fleeting masterpiece witnessed in perfect silence. In this haven between earth and sky, the spirit finds peace, and every heart for a moment is at home. In the rolling embrace of southwestern France, where morning mists linger over undulating hills and sunlight pours like honey through ancient oaks, lies Bordeaux, a land where the earth's richness is matched only by the artistry of its people. Here, endless rows of vineyards stretch toward the horizon, their leaves whispering secrets on the breeze as they soak in centuries of tradition. Chateaux, regal and timeless, rise amidst the sea of green, each one a guardian of stories woven through generations. In their cool cellars, oak barrels cradle the promise of tomorrow's vintage, while above, the air is alive with the laughter of harvest and the quiet pride of winemakers at work. Winding country lanes invite the curious to explore, revealing sleepy stone villages, sun-dappled courtyards, and bustling farmers' markets, where the scent of fresh bread and aged cheese mingles with the perfume of wild lavender. The city itself is a tapestry of neoclassical facades and lively cafes, where the Garonne River glimmers beneath grand bridges, and the echo of footsteps on cobblestone reminds visitors that every corner holds a new discovery. As golden hour descends, the vineyards glow with the fire of 1,000 sunsets, and glasses are raised in celebration of the land's bounty. The taste of Bordeaux, rich, complex, unforgettable, lingers on the tongue and in the heart, a memory to savor long after the journey ends. Here, amid whispering vines and ancient stone, time slows, inviting each soul to drink deeply of life's sweetest moments. On the sun-drenched shores of the Adriatic, where sapphire waters kiss ancient stone, stands Dubrovnik, a city forged by time and crowned by its mighty walls. From atop these centuries-old ramparts, terracotta rooftops spill down to the sea, each tile a witness to stories of resilience, culture, and quiet grandeur. The morning air shimmers with the call of gulls and the distant clang of cathedral bells, while labyrinthine alleys beckon the wanderer with their promise of hidden courtyards and secret gardens blooming behind limestone facades. Within these storied streets, echoes of merchants, poets, and sailors linger, woven into the marble underfoot and the laughter drifting from bustling piazzas. Cafes spill into sunlit squares where the aroma of strong coffee mingles with the sweet tang of citrus carried on the breeze. In the shadow of the fortress, fishermen mend their nets, and the gentle rhythm of the waves tells a tale older than empires. As dusk descends, the city's golden stones glow, lanterns flicker to life, and the Adriatic reflects a tapestry of lights. The ancient harbour stirs with the promise of adventure, inviting all who visit to lose themselves in the magic of a city where past and present dance together beneath a sky ablaze with stars. In Dubrovnik, every moment is a brush with eternity, every step a passage through living history, a place where the soul lingers long after the journey moves on. In the heart of the Scottish Highlands, where heather-clad hills unfurl beneath vast, ever-changing skies, lies the untamed majesty of the Cairngorms. Here, ancient pine forests breathe secrets into the dawn mist, and silver lochs mirror the fleeting moods of the clouds. The air is crisp, scented with moss and wildflowers, as red deer move silently through shadowed glens, and golden eagles ride the wind above rugged peaks dusted with snow. Trails meander through tranquil woodlands and over windswept moors, each step revealing a landscape shaped by time and legend. In the quiet, you can almost hear the echoes of Pictish stones and the whispered tales of clans who once called these mountains home. Quaint villages, their cottages clustered by bubbling burns, offer warmth and welcome. A place to share stories by a peat fire, a dram of whiskey in hand, As twilight deepens, the hills blush with the last light, and the sky unfurls a tapestry of stars unspoiled by city glare. In the Cairngorms, nature reigns with a quiet grandeur, inviting the traveller to pause, to listen, and to find a wild, enduring peace. Here, amidst the whispering wilds, the journey becomes a gentle homecoming, one where the soul finds its echo in the boundless beauty of the land. In the sun-drenched heart of Andalusia, where the Sierra Nevada's snowy peaks cradle the horizon, rises the Alhambra, a fortress woven from centuries of dreams. Here, Moorish arches frame gardens laced with jasmine and the soft trickle of ancient fountains. Each stone and tile speaks of sultans, poets, and artisans who etched their hopes into intricate mosaics, their stories echoing through courtyards dappled with gold and shade. Wander through the Nasrid palaces, where light dances across carved stucco and calligraphy whispers secrets lost to time. The scent of orange blossom drifts on the warm breeze, mingling with the distant melody of a flamenco guitar. From the ramparts of the Alcazaba, gaze out over the whitewashed lanes of Granada, where the city hums with life and the past lingers in every shadowed corner. At sunset, the Alhambra glows, its walls blushing rose and amber, its towers standing sentinel above the silent Douro River. As night falls, the palace becomes a realm of dreams, suspended between earth and sky. In this timeless sanctuary, history and legend entwine, inviting every traveler to lose themselves in beauty and to listen for the gentle whispers of eternity. In the northern reaches of Italy, where the land rises in wild defiance against the sky, the Dolomites emerge, jagged peaks sculpted by ancient seas and the passage of time. Here, dawn paints the limestone cliffs in hues of rose and ivory, and the air is laced with the scent of pine and alpine meadow. Winding paths lead through emerald valleys, past crystalline lakes that mirror the towering spires above, their surfaces undisturbed but for the gentle ripple of a mountain breeze. Every village nestled beneath these soaring giants tells a story of Ladin legends whispered by firelight, of shepherds and climbers drawn by the call of adventure, of silent winters and riotous springs. As the sun dips behind the peaks, the mountains ignite in a fleeting blaze known as Enrosadira, a fiery farewell that lingers in memory long after darkness falls. In this sanctuary of stone and sky, where silence is broken only by the distant clang of cowbells or the call of an eagle, nature's grandeur invites both awe and reflection. The Dolomites are not merely a place, but a living tapestry, woven from light, legend, and the eternal longing for the sublime. Here, with every breath, you become part of a story as old as the mountains themselves. Far to the east, where Europe gently yields to the vastness of Asia, lies a place shrouded in mystery and ancient quiet, Lake Baikal. Encircled by wild Siberian forests and mountains draped in mist, Baikal is more than the world's deepest lake. It is a living memory, a silent keeper of time. In winter, its surface transforms into a cathedral of ice, crystal clear, etched with delicate fractures, echoing with the otherworldly music of shifting flows. In summer, the waters shimmer with sapphire clarity, revealing secrets hidden for millennia beneath their glassy calm. Fishermen glide across the surface in wooden boats, their movements echoing traditions unchanged for centuries. Sacred islands rise from the water, veiled in legends of shamans and spirits, their silhouettes softened by the golden haze of dawn. The air is crisp and fragrant with pine, carrying the distant calls of gulls and the gentle lapping of waves against ancient stones. Here the silence is profound, an invitation to listen, to reflect, to witness the slow dance of clouds mirrored in the lake's endless expanse. Every ripple tells a story of endurance and transformation, of ice and fire, of the eternal cycle of nature. Lake Baikal is not simply a destination, but a sanctuary for the soul, a place where time slows, and the heart finds a deeper rhythm in the embrace of earth and water. In the hush of twilight, as the sun dips behind the encircling hills and the sky blazes with the promise of night, Baikal whispers its secrets to those who pause and listen. In this eternal silence, every traveler becomes a part of the lake's timeless song. Deep in the heart of Anatolia, where continents and centuries intertwine, lies a landscape sculpted by the slow hand of time, Cappadocia. Here, the earth rises in fantastical shapes, spires and cones carved by wind and water, their soft forms crowned by ancient stone dwellings and hidden churches. As dawn breaks, the sky awakens with a gentle symphony of color. Hundreds of hot air balloons drifting silently above the valleys, their shadows painting fleeting patterns on the ochre ground below. Beneath the surface, labyrinthine tunnels and subterranean cities whisper stories of refuge and resilience, their walls etched with the prayers of those who once sought shelter in the earth's embrace. Above, fairy chimneys catch the first golden light, their silhouettes standing sentinel over vineyards and orchards that have thrived for generations. In the quiet moments before sunrise, the air is cool and scented with wild sage. The gentle hum of anticipation weaves through the fields as travelers gather, eyes lifted to the horizon in wonder. When the first balloon lifts, it carries not just passengers, but dreams of flight, of freedom, of seeing the world from a new enchanted vantage. Cappadocia is a place where the land itself tells stories of ancient civilizations, of nature's artistry, of human ingenuity and hope. In the hush between earth and sky, every heart finds room to soar. Here in the whispering stones, the spirit of adventure is kindled anew, and every sunrise promises a fresh beginning. On the border between North Macedonia and Albania, where mountains cradle the horizon and history drifts on the breeze, lies Lake Ohrid, a mirror of ancient wonders and shimmering tranquility. Its waters, among the oldest and deepest in Europe, hold secrets whispered for millennia, reflecting the sky in hues of sapphire and silver. Along the lakeshore, time seems to slow. Cobbled streets wind through the town of Ohrid, where Byzantine churches perch above the water, their frescoed walls aglow with centuries of devotion. Fishermen cast their nets from wooden boats, their movements a quiet ballet at dawn, while the town awakens to the gentle lapping of waves. Above, the fortress of Tsar Samuel stands sentinel, its weathered stones recalling tales of empires and enduring faith. The air is perfumed with wildflowers and pine, and the soft toll of bells drifts from the monasteries, echoing across the water's glassy surface. As evening descends, the lake is transformed, its stillness broken only by the laughter of children and the distant call of birds. Lanterns flicker along the promenade, inviting wanderers to linger in the golden hush, to savor the taste of local honey and the warmth of shared stalls. Here, every ripple carries a memory, every breeze a promise. In the shimmering silence of Lake Ohrid, the spirit finds peace, and the heart rediscovers the quiet magic of wonder. In the heart of southwestern Germany, where legends linger and emerald shadows dance, lies the Black Forest, a living tapestry of enchantment and age-old mystery. Towering pines and ancient firs weave a dense canopy, dappling the forest floor with shifting patterns of light and shadow. Mist curls between mossy trunks, carrying the scent of earth and wild berries, while streams whisper secrets as they wind through tangled undergrowth and hidden glades. Villages nestle at the forest's edge, their half-timbered houses adorned with window boxes bursting in riotous bloom. The air is alive with the aroma of fresh-baked bread and the distant chiming of cuckoo clocks, each tick echoing centuries of craftsmanship. Trails wind beneath the green embrace, leading wanderers past cascading waterfalls over wooden bridges and into clearings where deer graze in the golden hush of dawn. Here, folklore is woven into every root and branch, the tales of lost travelers and benevolent spirits, of witches' cottages and fairy tale kings. As twilight falls, the forest glows with a gentle emerald light, and the world beyond slips away, In the whispering canopies of the Black Forest, time is measured not in hours, but in heartbeats and hushed breaths. Each step draws you deeper into a realm where wonder endures, and the magic of nature is an ever-present companion. Cradled by the arms of the Italian Alps, where mountains tumble into shimmering blue, lies Lake Como, a sanctuary of elegance and tranquility. Its waters, glassy and deep, reflect a patchwork of pastel villages and grand villas, each perched like a secret whispered from one century to the next. Cobblestone lanes wind through sleepy hamlets, scented by blooming wisteria and lemon blossoms that tumble over ancient stone walls. Wooden boats drift lazily across the surface, their ripples catching the golden light that dances in the late afternoon sun. Above, terraced gardens spill down the slopes, alive with the laughter of fountains and the flutter of butterflies. The air is laced with the melody of church bells and the distant hum of cicadas, while the gentle breeze carries stories of poets, artists, and dreamers who found inspiration along these storied shores. In the hush of dusk, Lake Como transforms, a silver veil unfurling across the water, the mountains silhouetted against a sky painted in lavender and rose. Here, time slows, and the world grows softer, wrapped in the embrace of beauty both wild and refined. On the edge of Lake Como, every moment is a memory waiting to bloom, a quiet promise that wonder still lingers where water meets the sky. Nestled amidst emerald hills and mist-laced forests, Sintra emerges like a vision from a forgotten fairy tale. Here, in the heart of Portugal, palaces rise in a kaleidoscope of colors, turrets and spires piercing the sky, their walls painted in vibrant hues of ochre and crimson. Cobbled paths meander beneath ancient archways, winding through lush gardens where camellias bloom and moss blankets the stones in a soft, verdant embrace. The air is thick with enchantment, carrying the scent of pine and the distant echo of royal footsteps. At the summit, the Palacio de Pena sits crowned in clouds, its whimsical silhouette mirrored in tranquil pools below. Shadows play along the Moorish castle walls, whispering tales of knights and legends lost to time. In Sintra's quiet corners, the world dissolves into golden silence, the hush broken only by the gentle breeze and the rustle of leaves overhead. As the sun dips behind the mountains, a golden glow washes the palaces and forests, casting Sintra in a timeless light. Here, every breath feels like a secret, every glance a doorway to wonder. In the golden silence of Sintra, magic lingers in the air, inviting all who wander to dream with open eyes. Beyond the Carpathian peaks, where mist coils like ancient secrets, the castles of Transylvania rise from the heart of Romania, silent sentinels watching over a land steeped in legend. Here, stone fortresses stand shrouded in twilight, their turrets and battlements etched against brooding skies. Bran Castle, perched on its rocky throne, invites whispers of Dracula and the shadowy tales that echo through its halls. Nearby, the Gothic arches and hidden passageways of Corvin Castle kindle the imagination, their walls bearing the weight of centuries-old stories. Cobblestone villages nestle at the forest's edge, where time seems to slow and the landscape is painted with wildflowers and dense emerald woods. In the hush of dawn, the air carries the distant toll of church bells and the flutter of raven wings. As night falls, moonlight weaves silver threads through the castle windows, illuminating secrets lost to history and dreams spun from folklore. In Transylvania, every step is a journey into myth and mystery. The shadows whisper promises of adventure, inviting travelers to lose themselves in the spellbinding embrace of Europe's most enigmatic castles, where history lingers and legends come alive. Cradled between the soaring Alps and sun-kissed plains of northern Italy, Lake Garda shimmers like a sapphire jewel, its waters reflecting centuries of wonder. Here, olive groves and lemon trees tumble down to pebbled shores, their fragrance mingling with the crisp mountain air. Medieval villages cling to the lake's edge, Sirmian's ancient castles and narrow lanes, Malchausseen's pastel facades, crowned by the mighty Scaligere Castle, and Limone's cascading terraces awash in golden light. Sailboats drift across the tranquil expanse, their sails catching the breeze that whispers through cypress trees and ancient Roman ruins. In the early morning, mist rises from the water, veiling the world in quiet magic, while at dusk the sky blushes rose and gold, casting a glow over terracotta rooftops. Along the promenade, laughter and conversation mingle with the gentle lap of waves, as locals and travelers share gelato and stories beneath the stars. Lake Garda is a sanctuary for the soul, a place where time slows and every moment is painted with beauty. Here, among the rolling hills and mirrored waters, the heart finds peace, and the spirit is renewed by the enchanted silence of Italy's largest, most luminous lake. Out in the wild embrace of the North Atlantic, the Faroe Islands emerge from mist and sea like a dream half remembered. Here, grass-roofed cottages nestle against emerald cliffs, and waterfalls tumble straight into the restless ocean below. The air is crisp and alive with the cries of seabirds, while sheep graze undisturbed on rolling hills that have witnessed centuries of quiet resilience. In the village of Gassadalur, a ribbon of water, Mulafossur, plunges in a silver arc, its spray mingling with ocean mist, creating rainbows in the shifting light. The island's winding roads reveal hidden fjords and secret coves where midnight sun and northern lights dance across endless skies. In Tórshavn, the smallest capital in the world, turf-roofed parliament buildings echo with stories of Viking settlers and seafaring legends. Fishermen mend their nets as colourful boats bob in the harbour, and the scent of salt and wildflowers drifts on the breeze. Here, time slows to the rhythm of tides and wind, and each step unveils a new wonder, untamed, untouched, unforgettable. The Faroe Islands are nature's own masterpiece, a place where silence is filled with whispers of ancient myths, and every horizon promises an adventure waiting to begin. Perched on the rugged Ligurian coastline, the 5 villages of Cinque Terre spill down steep terraces in a mosaic of colour and light. Here, pastel houses cling to cliffs above a sapphire sea, their facades glowing in the golden sun. Vineyards and olive groves climb the hillsides tended by generations whose hands have shaped the land into a living tapestry. The scent of lemons and fresh basil drifts from tiny trattorias, where laughter mingles with the clink of glasses and the distant crash of waves. In Monterosso, old fishermen's nets dry in the breeze as sunbathers bask on pebbled shores. Vernazza's harbour shimmers with reflections of boats and bell towers, while narrow lanes wind upward to ancient fortresses. In Cornelia, perched high above the sea, a quiet peace settles among the vines. Manarola glows at twilight, its rainbow buildings mirrored in tranquil waters. And Rio Majore's hidden coves invite quiet contemplation as the day fades. Between each village, ancient footpaths trace the edge of the world, offering breathtaking vistas where land, sea, and sky meet in perfect harmony. Here, the rhythm of life is slow and sweet, a celebration of simple pleasures and enduring beauty. In Cinque Terre, every sunset feels like a promise, a reminder that some places are meant to be savoured, step by sun-drenched step. Carved into rose-red cliffs, Petra stands as a testament to human ingenuity in the passage of millennia. Hidden beyond a winding gorge, the ancient Nabatean city emerges in a burst of colour and grandeur, its monumental facades etched with the stories of a lost civilization. As dawn's gentle light spills into the sick, shadows retreat to reveal the iconic treasury, its columns glowing with a golden hue. Wander deeper, and the path opens to an entire city sculpted from stone temples, tombs, and theatres, each echoing with the footsteps of traders and travelers from centuries past. Amid the silent canyons, the air is thick with mystery and reverence. The scents of desert spices drift on the breeze, mingling with the soft murmurs of Bedouin guides. Climb to the monastery, where panoramic vistas stretch across arid valleys and rugged peaks, painting a portrait of timeless beauty and endurance. In Petra, every rock face whispers secrets of the Silk Road, every shadow holds a legend, and every step connects you to the dreams of those who came before. Here, in the heart of Jordan, the echoes of Petra invite you to pause, to listen, and to marvel at the enduring wonder of a city carved from the earth itself. Rising defiantly above the wild Atlantic, the cliffs of Moher stand as Ireland's rugged guardians, where earth meets sky in a breathtaking embrace. Here, the wind sings ancient ballads, weaving through fields of emerald green and sending seabirds soaring in graceful arcs above the crashing waves. From the edge, the world stretches endlessly, a panorama of untamed ocean, distant Aran Islands, and rolling hills soaked in myth and mist. Walk the weathered paths and feel the pulse of the land beneath your feet, a place where legends of giants and heroes are etched into every stone. The salty air carries the laughter of travelers, the quiet awe of those who pause to witness sunset's golden fire ignite the cliffs in a blaze of color. In this sacred meeting of land and sea, the cliffs of Moher invite you to linger, to listen, and to let the whispering winds carry your spirit across the endless horizon. For here on Ireland's wild west coast, nature's raw power and beauty promise a memory that endures long after the journey ends. Rising above the heart of Athens, the Acropolis stands as a luminous beacon of history and human achievement. Bathed in golden sunlight, its marble columns and timeless temples recall the birth of democracy, philosophy, and the arts, where Socrates once walked and the Parthenon has watched centuries unfold. From this ancient citadel, the city below stretches out, a tapestry of whitewashed homes, bustling markets, and olive groves, shimmering in the Mediterranean breeze. The stones beneath your feet whisper stories of gods and heroes, of triumphs and tragedies that shaped Western civilization. As dusk descends, the Acropolis glows softly against the indigo sky, inviting contemplation and awe. Here, in the shadow of Athena's temple, you join the countless souls who have gazed upon these ruins and felt the eternal spirit of Greece. The Acropolis is not just a monument, it is a living memory, a bridge between past and present, where every step echoes with the promise of discovery and wonder. Beneath the gaze of Mount Vesuvius lies Pompeii, a city frozen in time, yet eternally alive in the imagination. Walking along its ancient streets, every stone and mosaic tells a story of daily life before the world changed in an instant. The shadows of amphitheaters, bathhouses, and bustling markets linger amidst the silent ruins, echoing laughter and the rhythm of a thriving Roman city. Frescoes bloom with color on crumbling walls, while the plaster casts of its people stand as poignant reminders of both tragedy and resilience. Here, past and present entwine in a profound hush as wildflowers reclaim what was lost and sunlight dances on volcanic stone. In Pompeii, history is not confined to museums. It breathes beneath your feet, inviting you to listen, to remember, and to marvel at the enduring spirit of humanity. As the mists swirl over emerald valleys and rugged peaks, the Scottish Highlands emerge, a land where legend and landscape are inseparable. Here, the mountains rise like ancient sentinels, their slopes cloaked in heather and mystery, their silence broken only by the haunting call of the curlew or the distant rush of a hidden waterfall. Lochs mirror the ever-changing sky, reflecting clouds that race with the wind, while castles stand in quiet defiance atop rocky crags, their stones echoing with centuries of tales and battles. Every path leads deeper into a realm where time slows and the heart stirs, a place where legends of clans, warriors, and whispered fairy tales are etched into every glen. Amidst the golden light of a highland sunset, the air tingles with possibility, inviting you to wander, to dream, and to lose yourself in the untamed beauty that has inspired poets and dreamers for generations. In the Scottish Highlands, the spirit of the land whispers softly, reminding us that some places are not just seen, but felt, deep within the soul. Where mountains plunge into crystal waters and waterfalls tumble from sheer cliffs, the Norwegian fjords unfold like a living masterpiece. Here, ancient glaciers have carved deep blue inlets, their mirror-like surfaces reflecting a sky painted with shifting clouds and golden sunlight. Villages cling to the water's edge, their colourful houses nestled against verdant slopes, while Viking legends linger in the cool, salt-tinged air. Steep walls of rock rise on either side, cloaked in emerald forests and veiled by mist, creating a landscape both serene and awe-inspiring. As you drift along the tranquil waters, silence is broken only by the distant call of seabirds or the cascade of a hidden waterfall. In this sacred place, nature's grandeur is overwhelming, inviting you to pause, to breathe, and to marvel at the wonders forged by time itself. The Norwegian fjords are not just a destination, they are a reminder of the world's wild, enduring beauty and the quiet power that shapes it. Beneath the emerald canopy of Croatia's ancient forests, the Plitvice lakes shimmer in a cascade of turquoise and jade. Here, 16 crystalline lakes are bound together by a web of tumbling waterfalls, their waters weaving through mossy stones and sun-dappled glens. Wooden walkways wind above tranquil pools, inviting you to wander through a dreamscape where every step reveals new wonders. Mist rising from hidden grottos, the distant call of a nightingale, the gentle rustle of leaves overhead. In this enchanted haven, light dances on the water's surface, and time seems to slow, each moment steeped in the soothing symphony of nature. The Plitvice lakes are more than a marvel. They are a sanctuary where the whispers of the forest and the flow of ancient waters remind us of the quiet magic that still lingers in the heart of Europe. Tucked within the rolling hills of Germany's Black Forest, Lake Titisee unfolds like a serene mirror, reflecting the whispering pines and cloud-dappled sky above. Early morning mist drifts lazily across the water, blurring the line between dream and reality as the quiet hush of dawn settles over the tranquil shores. Wooden boats glide in silence, their ripples painting fleeting patterns on the crystal surface. Along the promenade, the scent of fresh-baked bread mingles with the earthy aroma of the forest, inviting visitors to linger and savor each moment. Here, the world slows to the gentle rhythm of nature, a timeless retreat where laughter echoes across the lake, and every breath is filled with the promise of peace. In the heart of the Black Forest, Lake Titisee is a sanctuary of stillness, where the silent majesty of nature calls us to pause, reflect, and simply be. Rising above the Baltic Sea, the ancient city of Tallinn stands as a tapestry woven from centuries of legend and lore. Cobbled streets wind beneath pastel facades and crimson rooftops, leading to the heart of the old town, where medieval walls whisper stories of knights and merchants, of triumph and resilience. As the sun sets, golden light spills through arched gateways, casting long shadows across bustling squares filled with the aroma of spiced pastries and fresh coffee. Church spires pierce the sky, their bells echoing across the city, inviting all to pause and listen. In Tallinn, every corner holds a secret, every alley a memory, and every stone a sense of belonging. Here, the past and present entwine, offering travelers a glimpse into a world where history lives and breathes within the whispering walls. Nestled between the snow-capped Alps and rolling vineyards, Lake Geneva unveils a panorama of shimmering blue waters and timeless elegance. Along its northern shore, the city of Montreux hums with the gentle rhythm of jazz and the scent of blooming flowers, while medieval Shillong Castle casts its reflection upon the lake's glassy surface, a silent sentinel of centuries past. Sailboats drift lazily across the horizon, their white sails catching the golden sun, as promenades invite leisurely strolls beneath palm trees and bursts of vibrant blossoms. Here, the air is tinged with the promise of adventure and the serenity of nature's embrace. At Lake Geneva, every sunrise paints a masterpiece. Every sunset whispers of romance, and every moment lingers like a cherished melody, inviting travelers to lose themselves in the beauty of Europe's radiant heart. Rising above the Baltic Sea, Tallinn's old town unfurls like a storybook come to life, its cobbled lanes winding through centuries of legend and lore. Crimson-roofed towers and medieval spires pierce the skyline, while pastel-hued facades bask in the soft northern light. Within these ancient walls, echoes of Hanseatic merchants and knights linger, their footsteps blending with the laughter of modern-day wanderers. Cafes spill onto sun-dappled squares, where the scent of cardamom pastries drifts on the breeze, and artisans display their timeless crafts. As dusk falls, lanterns flicker to life, casting golden halos upon the stones, and inviting you to lose yourself in the city's labyrinth of secrets. In Tallinn, every corner is a portal to another era, where history breathes, magic lingers, and the heart of Europe beats with a quiet, enduring grace. Hidden deep within Croatia's unspoiled heartland, Plitvice Lakes National Park is a world sculpted by water and time. Here, 16 crystalline lakes cascade into one another, linked by a web of tumbling waterfalls and moss-draped footbridges. Ancient pines and beech trees line the emerald shores, their whispering needles weaving a tranquil soundtrack as sunlight dances across the turquoise surface. Step into this enchanted realm, where wooden pathways wind above glass-clear waters teeming with darting fish, and the air shivers with the distant rush of 1,000 falls. Mist rises at dawn, painting the landscape in silvery hues, while wildflowers bloom in hidden meadows and deer tread softly beneath the canopy. In every direction, nature's artistry is on display, timeless, untamed, and sublime. Plitvice is more than a park. It's a living, breathing mosaic of Europe's wildest beauty, an invitation to pause, to wander, and to listen to the gentle stories told by the whispering pines and rushing streams. Lose yourself in this haven and carry its peaceful magic with you, long after the journey ends. Tucked away in the heart of Belgium, Bruges is a living tapestry of medieval charm and golden light. As dawn breaks, the city's cobbled streets and stepped gable houses wake beneath a gentle mist, their reflections shimmering in the still waters of winding canals. Swans glide gracefully under stone arches, while the air fills with the distant melody of church bells and the soft hum of bicycles on ancient bridges. Wander into the marked square as sunlight spills across its colourful facades, and you'll find yourself transported to another era, where horse-drawn carriages echo on centuries-old stones and the scent of fresh waffles drifts from bustling cafes. Here, history whispers from every brick. Soaring belfries, hidden courtyards, and tranquil gardens reveal stories of artists, traders, and dreamers who shaped this fairy tale city. As evening falls, Bruges transforms again. Lanterns flicker along the canals, casting golden halos on the rippling water and inviting you to linger in the timeless hush. In Bruges, every moment feels suspended, an invitation to slow down, to savor, and to let the city's magic weave its spell around you. Bruges is not just a destination, it's a golden dream etched in water and stone, waiting to be discovered by those who seek Europe's most enchanting secrets. Perched on the rugged edge of Ireland's west coast, the cliffs of Moher rise like ancient sentinels above the restless Atlantic. Here, the wind sings with the voices of centuries, weaving through wild grasses and tangled heather that cling to the sheer limestone face. As you step onto the cliff path, the world falls away. Below, waves crash in thunderous rhythm, sculpting arches and sea stacks that stand defiant against the tides. Puffins and guillemots soar and dive, their calls carried on the salt-laden breeze, while the distant Aran Islands shimmer on the horizon like a promise. With every step, the landscape shifts. Sunlight dances across the emerald fields, painting the cliffs in shifting hues of jade and gold. Time slows as you gaze from O'Brien's tower, your heart caught between awe and serenity, the vastness of the Atlantic stretching endlessly before you. At sunset, the sky ignites in a symphony of color, fiery oranges and soft violets mirrored in the restless water below. In this place where land meets sea and sky, the spirit of Ireland whispers in every gust of wind and every silent moment. The cliffs of Moher are more than a view, they are a pilgrimage, an encounter with nature's raw beauty, and an invitation to stand on the edge of the world, feeling both infinitely small and endlessly inspired. Nestled between the snow-capped peaks of the Alps and the rolling vineyards of Switzerland and France, Lake Geneva shimmers like a sapphire set in a crown of green. Its tranquil waters mirror the sky, changing from deep indigo in the morning to soft silver at dusk. Along the lakeshore, elegant promenades wind through flower-filled parks, and medieval towns like Montreux and Lausanne stand as guardians to centuries of culture and artistry. Stepping onto the lakeside path, the air is crisp and scented with blooming lilacs. The distant chime of church bells mingles with the gentle lapping of waves. Boats glide across the water, their sails catching the sunlight as swans drift serenely by. On the horizon, the silhouette of Chillon Castle rises from the lake, its stone walls echoing with legends of romance and rebellion. As evening falls, the sky blushes with lavender and gold, and the lights of Geneva flicker to life, casting shimmering reflections on the water's surface. Here, time seems to pause, inviting you to savor the simple beauty of each moment, to lose yourself in the timeless magic that has drawn poets, artists, and dreamers for generations. Lake Geneva is not just a destination, it is an experience, one that lingers in memory long after the journey ends. Hey everyone! Imagine a city that's all golden and sunny, spread out over 7 hills. That's Lisbon for you. It's super charming, with every little winding street and pretty tiled building. You know those old-fashioned trams? Well, here they rattle through tiny, twisty streets. You can hear their bells ringing over all the colorful buildings and those amazing blue and white tiles called azulejos. Early in the morning, the city starts to wake up. You can hear this beautiful, sad music called fado coming from open windows. And oh, the smell. It mixes with the smell of warm, fresh-baked custard tarts called pastel de nata. Yum! If you climb up to a place called Miraduro de Santa Catarina, you'll see all these red rooftops tumbling down towards the shiny Tagus River. And far away, you can spot the 25 de Abril Bridge, stretching across the sky like a hopeful ribbon. In a neighborhood called Alfama, you'll see clothes drying above the old bumpy streets. People there say hello to each other with big friendly smiles and share stories from long ago. As the sun goes down, the city gets this gentle, magical glow. Little lights flicker in hidden courtyards, and you can hear laughter spilling out from busy restaurants. Lisbon is a place where old traditions and new ideas dance together in the Atlantic breeze. Every corner you turn, you find something new and wonderful. It's like the past and the present are woven right into the stones you walk on. In the magical streets of Lisbon, every moment is like an invitation to explore, to dream, and to totally fall in love with the heart of Portugal. Perched on the edge of a volcanic caldera, the island of Santorini unfurls like a dream over the vast Aegean Sea. Whitewashed villages cling to soaring cliffs, their blue-domed churches gleaming beneath the Mediterranean sun. Narrow pathways wind between bursts of bougainvillea, leading to hidden terraces where time slows and the world feels impossibly far away. As the day unfolds, the island's colors shift, deep azure skies melting into golden sunlight, and at dusk, the world is bathed in hues of rose and amber. From the ancient ruins of Akrotiri to the lively charm of Oya, every corner whispers stories of gods, sailors, and lovers lost to legend. The scent of wild thyme mingles with the salty air, while the gentle rhythm of waves echoes against the volcanic shore. Here, you are invited to pause, to watch as fishermen return with the day's catch, as laughter spills from seaside tavernas, and as lanterns flicker to life in the twilight. Santorini is more than an island. It is a living poem, a place where the heart finds both peace and wonder, and where each sunset promises a new beginning. In the whispering isles of Santorini, every moment is a memory in the making. As night descends over the Maltese archipelago, the ordinary world gives way to something extraordinary. Along secluded coves and hidden bays, the water shimmers with an otherworldly light, each gentle wave ignited with a soft, electric blue. This is the magic of Malta's bioluminescent bays, where millions of tiny organisms illuminate the sea, transforming the coastline into a living constellation. Paddle quietly in a kayak and watch as every stroke leaves a glowing trail in the moonlit water. Wade along the shore and see your footsteps spark beneath the surface, echoing the ancient legends that speak of spirits and star-born guardians. The air is filled with the scent of salt and wild fennel, and the only sounds are the gentle lapping of waves and the distant call of a night bird. Above, limestone cliffs stand silent and timeless, bearing witness to centuries of mariners guided by the bay's mysterious glow. Local fishermen still tell tales of how the sea once saved them, lighting their way home through storm and darkness. Here, in these enchanted waters, the line between reality and myth blurs, and every visitor becomes part of a story as old as the tides. In Malta's bioluminescent bays, the night is alive with wonder, a secret world revealed only to those willing to seek its quiet, shimmering beauty. Beneath the starlit sky, you'll find not just a spectacle, but a sense of awe that lingers long after the glow has faded. Deep beneath the rolling countryside of southern Poland, a hidden world stretches for miles, a realm carved from ancient salt and steeped in legend. This is the Wieliczka salt mine, a subterranean labyrinth that has beckoned travelers for centuries. Descend into the cool, echoing darkness, where tunnels wind through vast chambers and crystal-clear saline lakes glimmer in the lantern light. Every wall tells a story, intricate sculptures, chapels and chandeliers, all hewn by miners' hands from solid salt, glisten with a quiet majesty. As you walk the softly crunching paths, the air is tinged with a gentle salinity, and your footsteps are accompanied by the distant drip of mineral-rich water. In the chapel of St. Kinga, pillars and altarpieces shine with an ethereal glow, as if the mine itself breathes with sacred history. Whispered tales of kings, saints, and salt-carved miracles linger in the shadowed corridors, while the faint echoes of Gregorian chants seem to drift from the depths. Above ground, the world moves at its usual pace, but here, time slows, and wonder takes root. The Wieliczka salt mine is more than a marvel of human ingenuity. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of those who shaped its halls, a place where art, faith, and nature entwine in silent harmony. Emerging once more into the daylight, you carry with you the memory of a journey through an underground cathedral, a place where stone whispers and every grain of salt holds a piece of Europe's hidden magic. High above the mossy floor of Germany's oldest national park, a world of wonder awaits among the branches, the Bavarian forest treetop walk. Here, a winding wooden pathway rises gradually, weaving through the emerald canopy and offering a bird's-eye view of one of Europe's last great wildernesses. The air is crisp, filled with the scent of pine and the soft chorus of songbirds. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the walkway with shifting gold. As you ascend, the forest reveals its secrets, ancient beeches and towering firs, playful squirrels darting between branches, and distant mountain vistas unfolding with each gentle curve. The highlight is the breathtaking spiral tower, rising above the treetops like a wooden crown. From its summit, the world stretches in every direction, rolling hills, misty valleys, and the endless green tapestry of the Bavarian forest. Here, time slows, and you become part of the living landscape, breathing in the serenity, feeling the heartbeat of the woods beneath your feet. The treetop walk is more than a stroll. It's an invitation to reconnect, to marvel at nature's quiet grandeur, and to rediscover the childlike wonder of exploring a fairy tale forest from above. In the Bavarian forest, the trees whisper ancient stories, and every step carries you deeper into Europe's enchanted wild. Beneath the rugged surface of the Austrian Alps, a hidden realm glows with an otherworldly light. Welcome to the Eisriesenwelt, the largest ice cave on Earth. Here, the world transforms into a natural cathedral, sculpted from frozen time itself. As you step inside, the air turns crisp and cool, and the darkness is pierced only by the gentle glow of lanterns reflecting off crystalline walls. Towering ice formations rise like ancient pillars, shimmering with shades of blue and silver. Every drip and echo is magnified in this silent sanctuary, where the ice seems to breathe and whisper secrets from millennia past. Guided along winding paths, you encounter translucent curtains of ice, frozen waterfalls, and vast chambers where light dances across the sculpted surfaces. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant murmur of melting water and your own footsteps crunching softly on the frosty floor. Here, the boundary between reality and fantasy blurs, a place where nature's artistry rivals the grandest of cathedrals, and each moment feels suspended in a magical hush. In the heart of the Eisriesenwelt, time stands still. The world outside fades away, replaced by a sense of awe and wonder as you witness the silent, glimmering beauty of the Ice Cave Cathedral. It is a reminder that beneath even the most solid mountains, hidden wonders await, inviting you to step into the unknown and discover the luminous secrets of Europe's frozen heart. Beneath the sunlit cliffs of Capri, a hidden world awaits. Welcome to the Blue Grotto, where the Mediterranean's secrets shimmer beneath the surface. Entering through a narrow, unassuming opening, you are transported into a realm of radiant blue. Sunlight filters through the submerged entrance, illuminating the cavern with an electric, iridescent glow that dances on the water and stone alike. The silence inside is broken only by the gentle splash of oars and the soft echo of voices marveling at the spectacle. Here the water glows as if lit from within, a natural wonder that feels almost supernatural. As you drift across the glassy surface, the boundaries between sea and sky blur, and every movement sends ripples of sapphire light flickering across the cavern walls. The Blue Grotto is a place where time slows, inviting you to surrender to the tranquility and mystery of its luminous embrace. It is more than a cave. It is a portal to a dreamscape, a reminder that some of Europe's greatest treasures are hidden just beneath the waves, waiting to whisper their stories in the language of light and water. Far to the east, where the borders of Poland and Slovakia meet the sky, the Tatra Mountains rise in silent majesty. Here, jagged peaks pierce the clouds, their slopes cloaked in forests that whisper ancient legends on the wind. In summer, wildflowers paint the meadows in vibrant hues, while crystalline lakes mirror the grandeur above. In winter, blankets of snow transform the landscape into a wonderland of stillness and awe. The air is crisp, scented with pine and adventure. Hikers traverse winding trails, their footsteps echoing the stories of shepherds and kings. At dawn, golden light spills over the ridges, awakening a realm where every stone seems to hold a secret. The Tatras are more than a destination. They are a testament to nature's artistry, a sanctuary for those who seek solace in the wild and the timeless thrill of the mountains. Scene 88. The enchanted streets of Porto, Emotion 4. Music, nostalgic, gentle acoustic guitar. On the steep hillsides where the Douro River meets the Atlantic, Porto unfurls its tapestry of color and charm. Cobbled lanes wind past azulejo-tiled facades, their blues and gold shimmering in the sunlight. The scent of fresh-baked pastries mingles with the sea breeze, and the echoes of fado music drift from ancient taverns. Bridges arch gracefully across the river, connecting neighborhoods steeped in history and warmth. As dusk falls, the city glows with golden light, and the spirit of Porto, resilient, creative, and endlessly welcoming, invites you to linger in its embrace. Scene 89, the whispering sands of the Sahara in Morocco. Emotion 5, music, cinematic, ambient, world percussion. Beyond Europe's borders, yet within its reach, the golden dunes of the Sahara beckon with the promise of adventure. In Morocco, the desert stretches to infinity, its sands sculpted by wind and time. At sunrise, shadows dance across the ripples, and the silence is profound, broken only by the distant call of a camel caravan. As night falls, the sky ignites with a million stars, and the air hums with ancient stories. The Sahara is a place of transformation, a world where the horizon is endless and every grain of sand whispers a secret of the ages. Scene 90, the timeless silence of the Isle of Skellig. Michael, emotion 5. Music, mystical, choral, cinematic. Off Ireland's wild western coast, Skellig Michael rises like a dream from the Atlantic's embrace. Steep stone steps lead to a monastic settlement perched on the edge of the world, where ancient beehive huts cling to the cliffs. Puffins wheel overhead and the waves crash far below, their roar softened by the island's profound peace. Here the centuries blur, and the silence speaks of devotion, endurance, and the enduring mystery of the sea. Skellig Michael is a pilgrimage for the soul, a place where history and nature merge in timeless sanctuary. Scene 91, the whispering forests of the Harz Mountains. Emotion 3. Music, mysterious, light, classical, nature. In the heart of Germany, the Harz Mountains are shrouded in myth and mist. Dense forests conceal hidden streams and ancient castles, their stones echoing with the footsteps of witches and kings. In autumn, the woods blaze with gold and crimson, while winter brings a hush of snow. The air is alive with the calls of birds and the rustle of leaves. Each winding path promises discovery, a lost village, a forgotten legend, a view that takes your breath away. The Harz is a realm of fairy tales, waiting for you to write your own. Scene 92, the shimmering reflections of Lake Piccola. Emotion 4. Music, serene, reflective, Eastern classical. In the heart of Udaipur, India, where east meets west in spirit, Lake Piccola glimmers like a jewel at dusk. Palaces rise from its waters, their marble walls glowing in the fading sun. Boats drift lazily across the surface, and the city's lights twinkle in the ripples. The air is filled with the scent of jasmine and the soft murmur of prayers. Lake Piccola is a place of romance and reflection, a mirror for dreams and a sanctuary for the soul. Scene 93. The celestial glow of the Swiss Matterhorn. Emotion 4. Music, majestic, inspiring, orchestral. In the heart of the Alps, the Matterhorn stands sentinel above Zermatt, its iconic peak etched against the sky. At sunrise, alpenglow sets the snow aflame and the silence is absolute. Climbers test their limits on the rugged slopes, while below villages awaken to the promise of a new day. The mountain's shadow touches every heart, a reminder of nature's grandeur and the enduring lure of the summit. The Matterhorn is more than a mountain. It is a beacon for dreamers and adventurers alike. Scene 94. The whispering arches of the Mesquita of Cordoba. Emotion 3. Music, ambient, Mediterranean, gentle strings. In the sun-drenched heart of Andalusia, the Mesquita of Cordoba weaves a tapestry of history and light. Forests of red and white arches stretch into infinity, their shadows dancing on ancient stones. The scent of orange blossoms drifts through the courtyard, where fountains play in the shade. Here, cultures converge, Moorish, Christian, and Jewish, each leaving their mark in tile and gold. The Mesquita is a symphony of faith and artistry, a place where every whisper echoes across centuries. Scene 95. The timeless tranquility of Lake Saimaa. Emotion 4. Music. Peaceful, airy, acoustic. In the wild heart of Finland, Lake Saimaa spreads its arms across 1,000 islands. Pines line the shores, their reflections painting the water in endless greens and blues. silence reigns, broken only by the call of a distant loon or the splash of a paddle. In midsummer, the sun barely sets, and the world is bathed in golden light. Saimaa is a haven for solitude and wonder, a place to breathe, to dream, and to listen to the quiet wisdom of the north. Scene 96. The whispering citadel of Carcassonne. Emotion 4. Music, epic, medieval, cinematic, rising from the plains of southern France. Carcassonne's walls encircle a city frozen in time. Towers and turrets silhouette against the sky, their stones steeped in centuries of legend and intrigue. Inside, narrow alleys wind between ancient houses, and the air is thick with the scent of lavender and history. As dusk falls, lanterns flicker along the ramparts, and the citadel glows with a golden promise. Carcassonne is a fortress of dreams, a testament to endurance, imagination, and the enduring magic of the past. On the steep hillsides where the Douro River meets the Atlantic, Porto unfurls its tapestry of color and charm. Cobbled lanes wind past azulejo-tiled facades, their blues and golds shimmering in the sunlight. The scent of fresh-baked pastries mingles with the sea breeze, and the echoes of fado music drift from ancient taverns. Bridges arch gracefully across the river, connecting neighborhoods steeped in history and warmth. As dusk falls, the city glows with golden light, and the spirit of Porto, resilient, creative, and endlessly welcoming, invites you to linger in its embrace. Nestled in the heart of Slovenia, Lake Bled shimmers like a storybook come to life. Misty mornings reveal emerald waters encircling a tiny island crowned by an ancient chapel, its bell inviting wishes from hopeful visitors. Rowboats glide gently across the glassy surface, their oars tracing ripples that dance in the mountain air. High above, Bled Castle perches on a rocky bluff, watching over the lake and its timeless rituals. As sunlight filters through alpine pines, swans drift gracefully by, and the world slows to the tranquil rhythm of nature's embrace. Lake Bled is not just a destination. It's a dream woven with water, stone, and the gentle whispers of legend. In the far north, where the land touches the sky, lies Reykjavik, Europe's northernmost capital, a city where magic and modernity entwine. As dusk falls, pastel houses glow beneath a curtain of auroras, their colors mirrored in the glassy expanse of Faxaflói Bay. Steam rises from geothermal springs, weaving through the city's streets, while the iconic Hallgrímskirkja rises like a frozen wave, watching over the vibrant life below. Wander through lively cafes and art-filled lanes, where every corner tells a story of Viking sagas, volcanic fire, and midnight sun. Outside the city, nature's wonders await: black sand beaches, thundering waterfalls, and fields of moss-green lava stretching to the horizon. But it is at night, under the shimmering dance of the northern lights, that Reykjavik reveals its true enchantment, a place where the world feels both ancient and new, and every heartbeat is a promise of adventure. In Reykjavik, wonder is not just found, it is felt. In the laughter of friends, the warmth of a thermal pool, and the silent awe beneath a sky